Hello everybody, welcome back once again to my Legend of the Dragoon walkthrough. Alright, so this one is going to be pretty brutal. Lots of dialogue, which is not fun, although we are going to start out with a little bit of, you know, not so bad discussion, I suppose. But anyways, alright, so this is the unique monster that appears between Death Frontier and Ulara. This is the lucky, or is this the lucky jar? I think is the name of this one. I actually don't remember what this thing drops. Yeah, lucky jar. But I think this is the one that you can only deal poison damage to it. So poison needles are good. I think we can actually get those. Didn't I get one on the way through Death Frontier? I'm pretty sure anyway. I could be wrong on that. But I could have swore I picked up one in there. But anyways, what am I doing here? I don't know. Slowing it down, I don't know that it really makes that much sense, because the only way for it to be dealt damage is by poison, and poison only ticks on the monster's turn. So there wasn't really a reason to do the agility down. Although I suppose if you're not going to use a poison needle on it, you know, to give it poison, I guess it makes sense to slow it down if you're trying to use Miranda's virulent bow. So that is the one, I think the only weapon in the game that can actually poison your enemies. And there's the poison needle, though. And I mean, honestly, this is the way to go. If you've got any of these in your inventory, it's better to just use those, I find. Because I wasn't having any luck, you know, actually getting the poison to trigger from the bow. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. But anyways, I can't remember if this thing has 4 or 6 health. Something tells me it actually might have 5 as well. I'm not sure. But that was 1 tick right there. There's 2. And then, yeah, I mean, you might as well just, you know, defend. I don't know if using a magic signet stone would have been... That probably would have been smart, actually, to keep this thing from running away. But I also got, you know, lucky, and it just didn't run. So, I don't know. I think that was 4. This looks like a confusion type attack, which I think, am I defending? I don't know. Oh, and okay, I'm pretty sure that was 5. So it does look like this thing has 6 health. So this should do it, though. Plunk. There we go. Okay, so that's that. You know, not too difficult. I don't know, though, you know, as with every unique monster, you have you know, there's the potential that they'll just run away on you. But there's the Moon Serenade, so that's actually a really good, yeah, it's a good item. And you know, if you want to, or if you use a lot of magic in battles, I suppose you could, you know, make a trip into Ulara, buy some poison needles, come back outside. Or, I mean, if you just want to keep farming these things, I guess that's an option as well. But then, you know, you're gonna have to rely on Miranda's bow, and I don't think that's the best way to do it. I don't know. I've been getting very unlucky with trying to get that stuff to trigger. So, anyways, all right. Even if an adventurer is lucky enough to make it through the Death Frontier, nobody can proceed from here. Time was stopped for me 11,000 years ago with the spell of this choker. And this is the only way to see Ulara, the Spring Breath Town. Which, actually, this is pretty cool. Alright, but where is it? The only thing here is an endless desert. No, it's not, Hashel. I sense it. I sense people's feelings. Over there. Okay. You can sense people's feelings? Is that a Wingly power? I don't know. It seems Seems weird and random. There we are. We can fly over there with this. Are you afraid? I think you are. Touché. Maybe. We are standing by you. I know. Let's go. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, there's a treasure here. Let's grab that. Oh, of course we can't carry any more items. As usual. I just realized now that it's kind of crazy that Rose has apparently been living for 11,000 years. Which seems like a very, very long time to to be living, and I don't know, not making much in the way of friends, it seems like. But all right, anyways. Although she is the black monster, so there's that. Welcome to Alara, the Spring Breath town. I am the guard of the teleporting device, Karen. Long time no see. Long time. Rose, you are starting to regain a sense of time, aren't you? No, not only that, you have recovered a lot of other things too. Are you the person who stopped time for Rose? No, it was Charlie Frama, and she's the person we have to meet now. Charl? Charl Frama. I think it's Charl. I don't know. Rose has been carrying the fate of the world all alone while shedding tears of blood. Okay, that's kind of disturbing. Can you go with Rose? Karen, stop it. I don't need to force them. I've already settled things with the black monster. The only thing left is that I have to complete this journey with my companions. If you understand that, I have nothing to say. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, right? So now, this isn't just about Dart and his quest for personal vengeance. It's, kind of a moving past or a growth, I suppose. That teleporter is not active yet. We have to knock out some storyline stuff here before we can use that. And that actually does take us back to the home of the Gigantos. Let's see here. The water flowing down there is created by magic. Magic does bring happiness to the world unless you use it the wrong way. Okay. That makes sense. All right. Roses, I think Shauna would be happy to see them. Makes me relieved. I didn't know you liked flowers, Miranda. I guess there is some woman in you. Don't misread me. Roses make me puke. They're just flashy. They don't have any kindness in them. Do you know why roses have thorns? It is to bring out their own red using the blood of the people they hurt. They'll do anything for their own happiness. Jesus. Oh, okay. Let's move on. I don't need to be here. It's hard to hold it without being scraped by thorns. All right, so there's our first Stardust. I believe there's 3 in this town, if I'm remembering correctly, which should put us at 49. Oh, yes. All right, so this is the item/weapon shop, and we are going to be doing a bunch of buying and selling. All right, so Fairy Sword. That's a minor upgrade. That's not as good as the Soul Eater, but it doesn't have the, the HP draining aspect to it. So I'm going to buy that. Arrow Force, 50% more SP. That's kind of cool. Thunder Fist. So that's Hashel's Thunder Element weapon. The real buy here, though, is these Magical Greaves. So not only do they increase magical and physical evasion by 5, but they also give you, I believe it's 10 agility. So literally anybody who's not equipped with the Dancer shoes or the Bandit shoes, I would be buying these because they're great. The rest of this stuff, though, I don't think is great. Although that Sage's Cloak actually is cool, so that increases your evasion by both physical and magical attacks by 20 points. That's actually huge. And that in combination with, is it the Legend Cask that gives a bunch of evasion? would be kind of nuts. I think you could get to like, you know, whatever, at least 70% evasion with that. So I'll be honest, I should actually try that. They do have some poison needles here. So, you know, if you want to go out and take out some of those lucky jars, you can go do that. The other thing, though, if you noticed, she had panic bells. I think it's panic bells. I think that's the one that gives confusion. But there's our second Stardust. But the panic bells and giving the confusion status. If you've got room in your inventory, I would pick up a couple of those because the last monster, or the last unique monster, we will be able to fight pretty soon. And the only way to defeat those is actually by having it essentially defeat itself, because again, it has to be confused and it has to basically attack itself to die. Otherwise, it's the Satchets or is it Satchet or is it Satchel? I don't know, one of the two. I can't remember. But all right, anyways, we'll talk about that in a bit. Miata, where is Charl? You are wondering because she would normally be taking care of these babies, right? Those are babies? What? It's looking like plants. Charla is preparing herself because, well, the things we didn't tell you about, right? Zieg told you them, so it must be about the moon signet. Tell me what you know. The signet is the signet sphere. The signet sphere is a sealing device that was created to be the last barrier just in case the moonchild reached the moon that never sets. Even my mistake was in your, for you. You are really scary people. Even more scary is Zieg. He is trying to destroy the signet sphere using the divine moon objects. Wait a minute. You made the signet sphere just because you were afraid of the birth of the god of destruction? And why did you make tools that can destroy the signet? Ask Charl. It was decided between the siblings. I will. Okay, I'll be honest, I mean, real talk, super confused on what all that crap they're talking about. There's our last Stardust, though. So that's, I believe, 3, or our third one. And this guy back here has some interesting things to say. You guys were meant to come to this city. Humans, Gigantos, and one of us, a Wingly. Okay, prophetic, I suppose. I would like to tell you something. It wasn't only Winglies that won a dragon campaign. However, it is true that Winglies and humans drove themselves to war. If you have time, let me tell you a story about the 2 Winglies who were the leaders. Tell me. Story time. The first is Melbu Frama. He was the leader of the Winglies during the dragon campaign. He was also the younger brother of Charl. Being the leader of the Winglies meant being the ruler of the world. He professed that only Winglies had the right to live, and he ruled over other species physically and mentally. It was all about domination. Sick. As a result, the grievances of the other species accumulated, and the dragon campaign began. The war ended when the royal capital Cadessa was annihilated, and at the same time, Melbu Frama was killed by the sword of the Dragoon Zieg. The other man who led the Winglies was Faust. As the right-hand man of Melbu Frama, he was feared by other Winglies. He also was known as a wizard and a great magician. Cool. His magic power was incredibly enormous. He could even create his own apparition, his double. I think we've ran across that. The apparition had most of the capabilities of Faust himself. However, Melbu felt uneasy over the existence of the apparition, so he created the signet stone. What Faust did was like professing an intention towards disloyalty. It's natural that he didn't like it. It was called the Vanishing Stone. With that item, it is said that you can make the apparition disappear, although I don't know if it is true or not. Okay, so that is a clue. Let's get back to the story. Faust was the commander of the super mobile Fort Flanville as well. Now, Flanville is at the bottom of a glacier. However, it used to be floating in the sky in order to protect the 5 main cities that also floated in the sky. Faust manipulated Flanville and killed any other species. However, the insanity of Faust ended with the collapse of Flanville. It was shot down by a weapon invented by humans, the spear shooter. Jesus. Awesome. His beloved vehicle became his tomb. He should be satisfied with that. That is the end of my story. If you want to listen to it again, come back anytime. So that actually is a hint as to one of the like optional areas. So I actually did go there. It was the area that had the the chest with the second therapy ring in it. And basically, you can't defeat that apparition unless you have the Vanishing Stone, which is what that Wingley just told us. So we will come back with that eventually. Oh, Rosie, darling, I've been waiting for you. This place looks kind of cool. Are those mushrooms down there? I don't need your greetings. You know what I want to ask you. Oh, you are scary, but before that, you can introduce me to the son of dear Ziggy. This is Dart. Doesn't he look just like our Ziggy? But Rosie, honey, it's complicated. You have to fight with the son of someone who used to be your significant other. And furthermore, the enemy is the significant other. Really? Significant other? I mean, there was a different way to say that that wasn't so stupid. But I'm really concerned, so I'm intentionally making it happy and delightful so that you won't be depressed, Rosie, sweetheart. You have never changed. Charles, if you know, please tell us. Where should we head to? Really, you have the same eyes as Ziggy. Ziggy. Oh, Ziggy. Ziggy knows the tiger has me. Jesus. I know. I have been waiting for you in order to tell you everything. Now, what would you like me to tell you? Well, tell us everything, you jerk. Okay, so how about the Signet Stone? Or Signet Sphere. Ziggy is trying to break the signet of the moon that never sets with the magic power of the divine moon objects. That signet is the Signet Sphere. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you about this. I have to apologize. I miss the moonchild Shauna. Yeah, sorry that you didn't murder Shauna. That seems weird. But you still have time. Where are the remaining signets? In the past, they were placed in 5 cities, but there are only 3 left. Oh, shiza. That's why they needed the same number of divine moon objects. What happened to the other 2? One was destroyed in the royal capital Cadessa during the Dragon campaign, and the other was lost when the divine dragon assaulted the Crystal Palace. Does this mean without divine moon objects that it can be destroyed? The divine moon objects are just tools that conceal vast amounts of magic power, that's all. So in order to destroy the Signet Sphere, having the same amount of magic power as the divine moon objects is sufficient. God. My dad knew about this, and I don't know, something about Lloyd. It doesn't seem like him, and it's so indirect. Plus, something is strange. I wonder how Ziggy knows about the Signet Sphere. Not only that, he knew that Shauna is the Moonchild. Alright, so let's talk about the moon that never sets. It's the 108th fruit that the divine tree dropped. It was conceived with the god of destruction that ends the world. That's why we separated into its soul and flesh and sealed them away. My baby brother Melbu sealed the soul, which was the source of magic power in the crystal sphere. But when he fought with Ziggy, it was broken. When the soul escaped from the crystal sphere, started to transmigrate into a human body. Oh, since then it has been called the Moonchild. What is left in the sky is the moon that never sets. When the Moonchild goes back to the moon that never sets, the Virage Embryo, the god of destruction, will be born. So we needed our Rosie to take out on an important task. Please understand her. All right, tell me about my father. Jesus, I don't know what that was. You are concerned, aren't you? Why does he have to destroy the world? Yeah, why does he? Sorry, but that is one thing that I don't understand. But he was unmistakably Zig. Ziggy was the fiancé of Rosie. They crossed both swords and love. Just looking at them made me feel embarrassed. Stop right there. I want to talk alone with Zig about our memories. I agree. Okay, so what or why make items to break the Signet Sphere? Yes, why? That's right. If you were not planning to allow the Virage Embryo to be born, why did you make those? I didn't want to, but my baby brother Melbu insisted. Okay. That is not an explanation. Oh, you are so uptight, but okay, I'll explain it to you. Told you that we sealed the soul of the Virage Embryo in the Crystal Sphere, right? It is in order to draw lots of magical power and rule over other creatures. I wanted to make him stop being a dictator because even though we have different appearances or capabilities, We are the same. We should be able to live together on good terms. That's why I created the Signet Sphere, in order to weaken the magic power of the crystal sphere. Rose, without telling you that, the 5 signets that protect the moon that never sets restrain the magic power that flows from there. My operation was a big success, I thought. But Melbu found out about it and created the divine moon objects. God, what? I guess he was prepared so that he could destroy the signets anytime he wanted to. I get it. I mean, this is just unnecessarily complicated. Alright, where are the rest of the signet spheres? That's right. That is the most important information for you, isn't it? Because Ziggy has the divine moon objects and he can break the signets anytime. Listen carefully. The rest of the 3 signet spheres are located in the ancient cities. The names of the cities are the Magical City Aglis, Lost City Zenbatos, and Death City Mayfield. Fun. Those cities are still alive? Surprising, isn't it? Of course, they were badly damaged during the war. How do we get there? Go to Rogue, then your way will be open. You said Rogue? It's my hometown. See, it is already open, isn't it? Well, it'll be night soon. Why don't you go look around until tomorrow morning? Yeah, let's do that. Jesus. Okay. Oh, darling, are you going outside? Don't worry about me. Take a walk in Ulara at night. So yeah, super complicated. I don't know. There's a bunch of, I get, again, it just seems unnecessarily complicated. I don't know. I'm sure there's just a bunch of stuff that I'm not, absorbing well. But I don't know. I feel like a game where I feel like, I need to maybe, read the same thing, 10 times to fully understand it. Probably isn't really written that well. But, anyways, there's another Moon Serenade. So that's good. But, yeah, I don't know. Again, unnecessarily complicated. Some weird stuff that doesn't make sense. Like the whole Zig, having a kid after whatever, a billion years, because he was in stone, right? That's unanswered and seems bizarre. What do we have here? Now our way is open, Shauna. I'll be there soon. Oh, yeah, this is the scene that I was talking about, I think, in the previous video. Rose, you really forgive? Don't say anything. It's already in the past. Yeah, so here we are. So this is obviously a take your sword. This is a flashback to, the beginning of Death Frontier. You have become strong. You can take care of yourself. Kill me. What? What? Why? The black monster is dead now. We only have a companion who is on the same road. Aww. I missed the time when you were chased by a firebrand in the forest. Yeah, Jesus, that feels like a lifetime ago. Me too. And I didn't know anything back then. The world is so frail. The world is created so that it can perish at any time. The creator Soa can recreate one anytime. But the people living there can accept it, believing it is fate, or struggle against it. I struggled in order to protect this world that was taken back by friends who gave up their lives. I told you, you are no longer alone, Rose. Dart. Let's go see everybody. This is just the beginning. Yeah, I mean, again, she's been alive and kicking for 11,000 years. That seems like a very, very long time to not have made any other friends. Obviously other than, apparently the people in this city. But, whatever. Let's ignore that. It's not true. The reason why I hate roses is because I see my mother in roses. Okay? My mother never looked at me directly. It's as if she was hiding something from me. and she beat me up. I didn't know what was going on and why she was doing it to me, but I remember at least one thing. There were always roses on the shelf behind my mother. Why did your mother leave you? Sorry, let's not talk about me anymore. It spoils our drinks. I don't think so. It's okay to be this way. Life is not always happy. Jesus, I'll say it's 2020, yo. Listening to your story reminds me of my past about your runaway daughter, right? You are sharp, or you are so sharp that it hurts. I hate being roundabout. Okay, you guys are here. When are we leaving? Hashel has been drinking too much since he heard we are going to Rogue. That's right. Drink a little more and let's leave for Rogue at once. Of course, to save the world. Yeah, let's do that. Give me a drink, too. May I join? I wanted to talk to you, Miranda. Same here. Probably wanted to talk about Black Monster stuff. Like, yo, what was it like? Shall we go? Yeah, let's get out of here. This place, this is like the lamest club I've ever seen. During the time of the Dragon campaign, Winglies were divided into two camps. Each followed one of their leaders, Charla and Melbu. An age where the world is ruled by Winglies. In order to pay for something, we're stuck here. Okay. Apparently, I just was like, not interested. We're not really interested in what these guys are saying, so I'm not going to give myself enough time to to actually say it. It seems like something I would do. All right. Anyways, we need to head back over to the weapon and item shop. There are two magic elements sealed in Rose's choker. One is to open the signet of the city, and the other is immortality. Lucky. Standing in the darkness of the night, you feel almost like you've lost your sense of existence. Have you had this kind of experience? I don't think I have, actually. And you seem a little fucking nuts, frankly. All right, here's Albert and Congo. So, we are leaving in the morning. Yes, we are. What are you doing here? We don't know what will happen in ancient city of Winglies. We need strong weapon. Congo doesn't care about leader of creatures. Congo goes with you to the end. For me too, this is no longer the mere problem of the moon gem. I cannot ignore this crisis of the world. You didn't imagine we wouldn't go with you, did you? I didn't. Hurry up if you want to buy Humans in Giganto. Your time is limited. Wow, is that like an immortality diss? You jerk? Like way to throw it in our faces. Oh, you guys can't live forever? Oh, weird, huh? Wouldn't know what that's like. Wingly jerks. All right. Good Lord. See, who says a bunch of storyline can be fun or made fun of? Hey, buddies! Karen was telling me about this teleporting device. It's not like back home. And where are we going? We already heard lots about it from Charles, and we found out where we should go. You are coming too? Of course. Without me, the strongest of all, you cannot save the world. Besides, I learn a lot following Dart. Everybody's the same, Gigantos, humans, and Winglies, and I can't stand the destruction of a world where everybody lives. I think for the first time I agree with Miro. Is this the first time? Leave here tomorrow morning. By that time, I'll be prepared so that I can send you on the way that goes to the home of Gigantos from here. We can travel that far instantly? Then we might as well go directly to Rogue. Our power is becoming weaker day by day. Well, then we should go right now. That is our maximum power. I understand. Yeah, it's okay. All right, maximum power, sure. Take a boat to Rogue. It should have been prepared at the Twin Castle a short while ago. Was there a dock in that castle? Oh, there is now. I asked King Zyor and had him make one especially. Oh, okay. I'm surprised that he listened to a Wingly. There are no humans or Winglies when it comes to the end of the world. You don't need to thank us now. It is not too much to say that the mission of the city is to send you off. Yes, and this is one way the city has been looking. I missed that. Let's go back to Charles. She must have prepared the bedrooms for us. Oh, let's not. Let's just go. Ugh. All right. All right. Boom, boom, boom. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, okay. Oh, this was me discovering that the magical greaves gave 10 speed. So yeah, so I was like, oh, these rock. And I should go buy more. Yep. Yeah, it adds 10 speed. Perfect. Okay. So I've got what? 2 characters that don't have them still? Being that that's the case, I'm betting that I bought 3. Just so that I would have an extra pair in case I wanted to move my bandit or dancer shoes around. So yeah, it probably makes, yeah, because that makes sense, right? We've got 7 characters. We've got 1 pair of bandit shoes, 1 pair of dancer shoes. And so, you know, again, it would take 1 extra. So I would need 6 pairs of those instead of just the 3 that I've bought. And then, you know, that way I can move, you know, like, for instance, you could unequip, you know, Dart with the bandit shoes and then give them to somebody else who then would have a, you know, a set of magical greaves that would go back to the inventory so that I could move around, you know, dancer shoes. So that's the plan. So that's where I'm going to head. And again, I would say, you know, before we leave, and I should have done this, but I didn't know. Oh my God, that's right. God dang it. The merchants aren't here right now because they're waiting for us in the town square. So I'm going to end up coming back. So, oh God, I forgot about that. My bad. I think the Winglies have to, you know, pool their power because that's what this game is all about, is, you know, reaching maximum strength power and mashing all your magical power together in order to do things. Oh, naive boy, don't you understand? This is a son-of great heroes. You shouldn't have. Don't be so shy. Rosie, honey, you have been doing really great. Since the soul of the Virage embryo, the god of destruction, was released, you have saved the world, let me see, at least 107 times. Really, after even being called a black monster. Stop it. That monster has died. So she's killed 107 people. Ziggy is serious, and he has everything to do with the god of destruction. Only dragoons can stop him. I wonder what creator Soa is thinking, like destruction or regeneration. I wonder why it wants us to go through such a painful thingy, did she say? We will change fate. Oh, my. Everybody must survive, okay? Now go. Zeke won't wait for us. Right. That is right. That's exactly right. Okay. So at this point, you know, we'll be able to go back, but... which is exactly what I'm going to do. Bloop. Right back inside. And again, that's because I wanted to stock up on magical greaves. I think that's the name, right? Is it magical greaves or magical boots? Whatever. And again, I mentioned this earlier, but I would definitely suggest picking up some panic bells as well. if you want to take on the last unique monster in the game. Again, unless you've got sachets or satchels, I forget what those were called. But conveniently, or semi-conveniently, we are actually going to be heading to the home of the Gigantos again, and thus, if you want, or well, like what I did was actually farmed more of those sachets, well, then you can do that. And I don't know, it's it's time consuming. The drop rate on them is insanely bad, and frankly, I don't think it's actually worth the time. Real talk, it's not worth the time. It is better to just buy some panic bells and try to get lucky with the bird, because it's another bird, and hopefully you can get it to deal damage to itself and not just run away on you. So but yeah, I don't think it's a worthwhile or a good use of time to farm sachets, unless, I will say, and again, now this is speaking as I do, as I say, not as I do, because I literally just did this. But if you want to work on your additions, that's probably as good a point or place as any to do it. The experience there is not good. But you get the drops, and if you're farming or if you're trying to build up your additions, well, you probably don't really care that much how much experience you're getting. The goal is to build the additions, and it's kind of killing two birds with one stone. Again, since we're going back to the home of the Gigantos anyway, if that's where you want to stop, which I did, and you could farm up some satchels or sachets or whatever the heck they're called, if you want to do that. And yeah, like I said, that's what I did. I think I got 2 of them to drop in the, I don't know, I spent a lot of time there, let's be honest. I think I spent so much time there that I now have, I think 20,000 gold. So that may or may not give you some idea of how long I was there. But yeah, I still think that, again, unless you want to or need to, finish out some additions, or even just, farming SP to get your Dragoon levels up, which actually was something that I did there as well. I think I've got literally everyone except Rose maxed out now. Even everybody else's additions are maxed out. I think I finally hit Dragoon level 5 with Miranda as well. But, very time consuming. And in all that time that I spent there, I only got 2 satchels or sachets or whatever those things are called. To be fair, though, I did get, I think, 2 of them earlier on in the game. So I got actually really lucky getting those early. But, yeah, anyways, let's, I think we're good. But I would say, before you leave, check on those panic bells, or if you're planning on farming those rainbow birds, grab some panic bells. It's not the end of the world if you don't pick them up here, to be honest. I think the town of Rogue, which is the next town coming up, will have them as well. But, if you want to farm just slightly earlier, you can carry some with you. Home of Gigantos. It was linked to here. It's been a while. Karen and Gigantos were pals for a long time. Of course, it was when there were still some Gigantos left. There were nice winglies like Charles. They weren't all brutal people, unlike the legend tells. We have to rewrite the book in the National Library. Yes, correct knowledge brings correct conduct. That's after this journey has ended. Let's go see King Zior. We have to head to Rogue on the Queen Fury. I don't know. Maybe don't wait, though, because, what happens if you died on the journey, right? Then the knowledge that not all winglies were bastards would be lost. Just saying. But, all right. Anyways. I'm How much time do we got here? Yeah, I guess a little bit. Oh, where'd my arrow go? I must have accidentally hit one of the bumpers. Wah, wah. Ah, look at that. Here's the little turds that drop the sachets or satchels or whatever. So, you know, if you want to farm yourself up some, definitely do that. Oh, what do we got here? Am I going to... Oh, that's just 5-ring shattering. Jeez. I thought I swapped that over. I'm pretty sure I'm on Hex Hammer now. Weird. Whatever. Oh, fail. What? There we go. Boom. Cat's cradle. Cat's cradle, baby. Not even a big deal. Stinky sigh. That's actually a really annoying attack. If you've spent any time farming here, you'll know what I mean. Oh, boom! One-shot blazing dynamo. What? I still got it. I still got it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. It looks like, yeah, it looks like I'm basically out of time here. So, as always, hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.